Again, I love the idea about the Postgres, and the React Next would probably be good, and Node Express. Let's just hit enter and run and see where we are ending up here. As you can see, I've built like a lot of information here. Excellent. That's excellent thinking. It has to be positive. You're spot on about several key architectural decisions. Let me address your points. Node.js makes sense for simplicity. Yeah. Same language, front end and back end. So JavaScript and TypeScript. Huge ecosystem for SaaS features, easy deployment, great for real-time features if you need later. Yeah, that was basically what we had in point. You said framework would probably be the best way to go. I want to make sure that we are aligned, and this is actually where it kind of not challenges, but where we get into the conversation about what or how are we actually going to structure this or the architecture of this. So COS imports BP as an NPM package. That's actually what I wanted to. BP provides core primitives, auth, tenancy, billing modules, and this one extends. This one requires careful versioning. I would actually go with no. If we go monorepo, we can sell the BP, the boilerplate, as its own. Maybe we can. Will BP application. I want to ask it about this because I don't think that this would actually be the best way to go. I think that the option A would be best, but that's kind of my thought. So let's just see where it's going, what kind of rabbit hole it goes down here. Let me just do this one. My idea here was that if I want to be able to sell the BP separately from COS, that would build on top of the BP. So importing BP via NPM for the costs. Okay. That way we can upgrade the BP, and then with COS built on top, it could upgrade the core BP via NPM. I am not sure. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt that a monorepo could be a good idea. I don't think that it would, but again, depends, because then I wouldn't be able to kind of sell off the BP as a standalone product. If framework or monorepo, I'm not sure if it should be from a monorepo, because if I, for example, go monorepo, it would be more difficult to sell the BP as a separate product without also including the COS and subsequent. I want to let it know that we are building subsequent SaaS products based on the BP. Let's take that from there. So we actually answered that. Well, it's tenants and payment architecture. You're absolutely right about the tax mess. Here's the architecture. BP cost platform, master level Stripe account for BP licenses, no tenant payment processing. Good. So tenant, a golf club, own Stripe, connect account. Yeah, chess club, own Stripe, exactly. Implementation, BP level contains Stripe integration code, but no processing. Tenant config table stores each tenant's Stripe API keys, encrypted, of course. Runtime, yes. Cool. That's the way we want it. So that's actually good. You nailed it with the hybrid approach. Here's my recommendation: schema per tenant, a schema per tenant golf club, chess club, shared pool, row-level isolation, and master tenant register billing for all of them. That's actually pretty okay. That's a decent logic in my kind of my world. So let's just go with that. So let's say, great, let's do it. Let's do that. Okay with me. Fine. I'm just letting it know that that's actually a good way to do it. Can even move to separate DB later. Okay, so that's actually good. Install a migration, critical facility with BP is the structure. Create database, etc. Of course, initial seed, master admin account, main installer. Yeah, I also want something else, but I'm just migration system like Rails, Laravel. Yeah, that's basic. So that's cool. Auto operator. Yeah. And deployment, developer, Replit, dev test, commit to GitHub, GitHub Actions, CI/CD, build Docker image, push to registry, VM, LXC, and container one, the load balancer, reverse processing. I'm probably going to get or need a little bit of help doing this part, but let's just discuss that with Claude at a later point. And MVP scope refinement, multi-tenancy, yeah. So sign up creates new tenant, tenant specific Stripe config, subscription management UI for tenants, skip SSO, advanced permissions, white labeling. Yeah, we'll do that later on. I agree on that one. Member directory and profiles, payment tracking to fees using tenant Stripe. Let's dig into this a little bit. We don't need the event calendar right now either. So let's just skip down here and say, okay, yes, and then we have to be able to send out reminder invoices and reminders invoices or charges and reminders, and ensure that people can also pay by bank transfer. That's important. So manually adding a payment so they will not get reminders if they have already paid. Okay, there we go. Not needed to be in the MVP. Really, we don't need that. Okay. Okay. See, mono-repo approach. No, I don't think that we should go mono-repo, but that's just we're kind of doing a little bit of pushback on that one because I don't think it's the best way to do it. But let's see. Yeah. Okay. Postgres SQL, self-host. That's fine. And we also need to think about, here we go, Security. That has to be built in to the fibers of this project. And also AI. We need to build in AI as well. Let's define that at a later point. Maybe not in not MVP though, but but have it in mind. Oh, and maybe we should think about Redis as well. What do you think? Redis is like a caching engine, and there are some things in there that we should actually try to. You see, yeah, I told you. I want to sell it separately, which changes everything. Here's my recommendation. So hybrid approach, so published framework and separate repos. Yeah, no repos. So we have the boilerplate here, and then we have the ClubOS, which is a sellable product as well afterwards. So let's do that. I actually like this one. And future SaaS product, we do exactly the same. How it works, we have the dependencies, the PP core, auth, billing, tenancy, etc. So we just build those modules and keep them up to date, maintain them, and that way we can actually integrate that. So the sales model, sell us NPM packages plus docs plus demo app, GitHub repo access or NPM license. I think that we should actually, in this part, I want to, regarding this, I would like to know your position on the licensing, because I want a storefront, if you want, for the BP and also for the QS and future. See the future SaaS SPs, SaaS products. Procuts, product price tag. There we go. So maybe we should actually build in some of that into the core of the EP. Or let's see how or what it actually comes up with. Clean separation, easy upgrades via NPM, sell BP as GitHub access or private registry. Let's see how it actually responds to this one. Base proprietary, other same BP. Breaking changes, use semantic versioning strictly. Yeah. And then we do the migration scripts, etc. Breaking changes, then the BP, if the BP has breaking changes, then the SaaS products that uses or are built on top of the BP actually needs to do some changes to be able to upgrade before they do it. So it's kind of well, not before they do it. So they will have to clone their own project, and then they will upgrade the boilerplate, and then they will make the changes in their system to actually be able to run it on the new system. Okay. Security built into the fibers. Okay, fibers with ERs. You're right, security must be foundational, not bolted on. Here's the security architecture. No tenant context. Yeah, I have nothing to say to that. And the RLS is actually really important. So that's basic. And here, yeah, data encryption, of course, encryption, at rest encryption, transit, etc. Member schema, input validation and sanitation, the API, rate limiting and DDoS protection, important as well. Audit logging, oh yes, I love that. We need audit logging every time that something happens, that it just needs to be logged. Secrets management, yeah. And Redis use cases. Redis, yes, absolutely. So it's really important as well, because if it's a lot of the same, say, queries that goes through, then it will be able to pick that up really easy. And that's pretty cool. And we have, of course, the SSL and everything built in. Job queues. So invoicing will come out at specific intervals. Something that I was actually thinking about here is that we also have to think about customers wanting to connect their own domains at some point. So we need to make room for that. Keep that in mind. That in mind. Okay. So distributed logs, build hooks now, implement later. That's also a good idea, so that we actually get member insights. We can use, maybe we can use, maybe we can also use like Prometheus and Grafana, or that's the way it's spelled, right? Yeah, I think it is. But let's find out in a moment. For monitoring systems and also business metrics. Right? Okay. So data privacy for AI. Oh, that's so important. I actually really like that, because the privacy, if you just give it access to the entire bucket of data, then basically if you have a loophole, a customer can actually gain access to other customers' information, and we don't want that. So let's keep it pretended AI context. That's actually pretty cool. Option to opt out of AI features, maybe not. No cross-tenant learning. Yeah, well, we want that, but only for admins. We definitely want that, but only at super admin level. Let's just put that in there. Refine payment modules, since you need invoicing reminders and manual payment tracking. Auto-generate monthly dues. One-time fees, send via email, PDF attachments, I love that. Payment recording, Stripe webhook, of course, manual entry. Reconciliation, reminder schedules, 7 days. Reminders should probably be, let me see, this should probably be configurable. We could just the admin dashboard. Let me see. Reminders, payment portal, view invoices, upload proof of bank transfer. Yeah, well, that's fine. Schema, it will just come back with the invoices and the payments and the reminders and everything. So that's actually good. Celebrate framework. So it comes back to the architecture. This is really cool. So everything that we have already talked about, the admin UI components, the framework, the API framework, the security middleware, install and migration, and then the npm install. Pretty darn cool as well. Tech stack, React, exactly as we talked about in the beginning. And this one, and Redis, and Docker. JWT, token-based, blacklisting, Redis, Postgres, row label security again, encrypted sensitive fields, rate limiting patented IP, order logging, and final questions, TypeScript or JavaScript? Let's just do TypeScript. Let's just pull these four. And we are giving it a lot of context here. TS, yes, please. Reactor next. We talked about Next in the beginning, so let's just keep it with Next.js. Email service. Could we deploy, say, like, let's say, PMG? It's like Proxmox mail gateway. I don't actually know. PDF kit probably. I'll let you choose here. So no pref. Okay, we're done. Let's see what it says now.